Yes.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm trying to see our time up here. I can't see my time. Yo, there it is. Okay. All right, everybody. I know it has been a while since we have been on. Come on in here
Yes.
and talk to us. Let
What's
me
up,
go and
y'all?
share it on my platform.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
trying
guys,
to do.
y'all want to share it too? Let's share it. Get
Oh,
some
it does
people
say
in
live. Okay.
here.
There we go. There we go.
Some people in here. Get some people in here.
Feed.
It's been so long, baby.
Friends profile. No, go
Been
back.
so long.
Yes.
I'm missing you, baby.
Oh
Been
God.
so long. That's my song right there.
I go one person. Who is that one person? You better be the first one.
Who?
Why I can't
Swoop.
share?
Is
I
it
just have to
Swoop?
wait till y'all share it because it keeps
No,
sharing to the.
I hope it ain't one of y'all or me. It might be.
Y'all better come on in this room.
I got jump on with us, y'all.
So it look like we got
Come
some people.
It's
on.
probably y'all.
I can't get on.
Yep.
Can't get on June.
Well, I'm on this phone,
Oh,
so
he
it did.
Oh, that's
on
Listen,
right.
hit
that's
Juno. We're not
it.
gonna do that.
I didn't do anything. I'm just saying I'm on
Okay.
the
Hey,
phone.
Derek.
Hey.
How are you?
Paulette, I feel targeted.
You know, you
All
goes
right,
in and
now
out. You know that,
we
right?
are not going to be on here long, but we just want to just let you guys know that we are back,
In
back.
We're
stride
back.
again.
We are back for season 3, and we will be kicking off our first show of season 3 this Thursday. You know, we always drop on Thursdays. And so early in the AM, we drop our shows at 5 o'clock in the morning on Thursdays. Of course, we don't expect you to be up that early, but we want you to be, plug it into your aux, into your Apple CarPlay in your car, and listen to us on your drive to work. We have a very, 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 very important first show. We kicking it off with our Why Vote show. And if anybody know anything about Juna Gavan, baby, she's so passionate about
I tell you, she a
rights
grassroots activist.
and laws and human
Not an
resources
activist.
and
Articles of
legislation
Confederation.
and hey, she about advocacy and voting and
I'm for
knowing
right,
what
baby.
she
I'm whatever.
is
I'm for
so
right, and I'm
so
for legal.
passionate about it, and she's schooling us on this episode. She's really schooling us. But of course, we are upon a very, I think, probably the most important election that has ever transpired in my entire lifetime,
Absolutely.
because it sets the precedence for the rest of the existence of the United States to me, as a country. So, it's just something. So, all of anybody want to jump in, ask a question. We see you in the chat about voting, about how you feel about voting. Y'all talk to us. Where are your thoughts? Who if you want to share who you voting for, you can. Why you voting for that person, or whatever you want to, how you feel about it. You could be honest on this platform. We're not telling anybody what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it. I think I'm pretty clear on where I stand. If you know me, you pretty much know where I stand. But y'all jump in. This is Juna. This is one of the most. I mean,
It
this is
is.
a life changing, life altering
Yeah.
election for
It
so many
really
reasons.
is.
For climate change, right now, the news is forecasting a category 5. I mean, I've been praying all day, and I'm not even listening to what category it is no more, because once I begin to decree and declare something, I turn my ears off to everything else, because I don't want that to mess with what I've decreed and declared about it. So
That's
I've
right.
just been decreeing and declaring that it weakens. I do know that we're in a season where there's some things we ain't gonna be able to pray away. So some things are gonna happen, and they're a result of other things. And so I do understand that as well. So I'm just praying for God's mercy, God's grace, blood covering over Florida families, people who are stuck on the highway, people who don't have the means and resources to get out to leave, because that does exist.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
saw somebody
so
on TikTok and she was talking about everybody's talking about, leave. But she was like, what happens when you don't have the money to leave? Like I don't even have the gas to get to the gas station, let alone get gas in my car. So I have to tough it out.
And that's
Like nobody thinks about that. Like, what if I don't have the funds?
Yeah, they're like, get out. But there's people who they don't even have enough to live from day to day, let alone, you talking about get out.
I think there should be some consideration, and I know from a legal standpoint, like in government there is this thing called gift of public funds, right? That is so frowned upon. Like it is like it's an absolute no gift of public funds, right? But I kind of feel like in situations like this it's important for government to be more proactive instead of reactive. You have FEMA that responds to when things happen. But to your point, when people don't have, not everybody, and not everybody's financials are set up in a way for emergency funding. It just isn't. It just isn't. Everybody isn't set up that way. Everybody to suggest that you got a credit card. Do you? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
who's to say? And so in when you have a situation like that, I just feel like, and this is just me, and maybe this is my heart speaking versus my logistical mind, but I feel like it should be something on the front end that's made available to people. If you want them to evacuate,
Give them the means to do so.
give
Have a
them the means to
bus.
do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Give them the means to do so.
I
And it
agree.
can
Now,
be school
granted, like I
buses.
said, I don't know what that would look like.
It could
And
be
But
then
school
I
buses.
don't know how true it is, because like I said, I'm learning something about myself. And I think this happened with me in COVID. But I can only take so much of hearing a bunch of stuff and, even scrolling on Facebook and everybody coming and
it's overwhelming.
I can't anymore. And I don't know if it's spiritual sensitivity. I don't know if it's anxiety. I really don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I just can't do a lot of that anymore. And
I
I've
get it.
noticed that about myself in the last couple of years. Paulette will tell you, I take often breaks from Facebook, and I have to now because it overwhelms me, and
Mm-hmm.
and people get on my nerves, and I'm just like, hey,
Yeah.
it's these folks' pages. They can say
Right.
what
They
they
can
want
post
to
what they
say.
want to.
Some say whatever
Yeah,
they
and then,
want to say.
but let me tell you, I'm big enough to know the problem is me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I
Yeah.
take a break. The problem is me. So I take a break because it's my problem. Like I'm
Yeah.
irritated, I'm frustrated. Y'all getting on my nerves. So
Right.
let me leave the platform.
Let me
Yeah.
digress.
Y'all know what else I saw? I saw some people saying that kind of like what happened when we had the snowstorm here and everybody just went on the highway and it was so backed up that
And they
nobody could
stuck.
really move. So one lady was saying that she had to make the hard decision to go inland instead of going on the freeway because it was pointless because they're just stuck out there. So I thought about that when y'all talking about the money thing. What if some of them took a walk of faith and said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go out here, but then they stuck on the freeway because everybody
They
going the
said a
same way,
lot of
doing the
people
same
are
thing.
stuck
So
because you can't get no gas. The gas stations are out of gas, and
yeah,
people has went as far as they can go. So they're just stuck. That's one thing. But I also heard that the governor of Florida wasn't answering the president and vice president's call. I don't know how true this is. I also heard today that Biden sent whatever needed to be sent to be signed for relief, and it was rejected, and they said they won't release relief until after the election. So I don't know how true all of this stuff. I just saw bits and pieces. Like I said, I can only take so much because it
yeah,
just like I don't know. I believe my spirit is grieved. I believe that's one thing because I really have not been sleeping well. I was like, you need to really be praying for prophetic people because I guarantee you they ain't sleeping much. They're not.
I
Or people who just spiritually sensitive and just they're not sleeping much because it's
Yeah.
just I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's
I
a
was
lot.
thinking
It's
early.
so many, so layered, you know.
I was
What you
thinking
say?
earlier today how we live in a state of angst. Like even just last week, everybody was buying up all the groceries. You know what I'm saying? The week before that, it was another hurricane. This week, it's another hurricane. Like everybody, then it was the mass shooting at Hush. Like I think people are just in a state of like
It's a
panic.
lot.
It's a lot, and whatever your means of grounding is, you have to find some
Yeah.
grounding, because if not, you will spiral down a rabbit hole, and you'll find yourself living in a state of panic and not
Mm.
really being able, because the reality is, even though all of this stuff is going on, there's still some beautiful moments in life.
Oh
And if
yeah.
I get caught up in the panic and the anxiety of the world, then I'm going to miss those beautiful moments. Even the fact that like I'm getting ready to graduate, if I get caught up in like the hurricane and like how we're still on like high alert, semi high alert at my school, it's just a lot, fights and all of that stuff, I'll miss the beautiful moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what a lot of people are missing, the beautiful moments in life, despite everything that's going on.
Well, it's finding that balance, Pauletta,
Yeah.
because it's important too to be aware and
Mm-hmm.
knowing, what's going on, and preparing, and then also being able to still live life. And that's where relationship, I know everybody is not a believer, but that where relationship with God comes is finding that healthy balance,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to be so heavenly bound that you're no earthly good and you're not preparing,
Right.
for it. And then you
Right.
also, want to be like, man, I don't want to miss out on
Mm-hmm.
enjoying life. So it's hard to find that healthy balance sometimes, especially like what Lynn was saying, if you're spiritually sensitive, then you don't want to go too far to this side. You still want to laugh,
Right.
you still want to enjoy.
Right.
That's why I enjoy people on social media being funny. Because sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
just need comedic relief, and some people just don't
Mm-hmm.
understand. I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
serious right now. I just want to
Right.
play.
And I don't
I
always
don't,
want to
Be
post the
Bible thumping.
scripture
Right.
and
Right.
Jesus,
Right.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus all the time. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I agree with you on that. I think also if you have people that have empathy, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, and you feel
Mm-hmm.
for people, that's a lot of it too, like very empathetic people. You feel for people, sympathy and empathy. You feel for
Yeah.
people and stuff like that. Your heart breaks because you think of how they must be feeling or what they, and sometimes like me, because I'm a want to save the world type person, I often have to deal with feeling helpless.
Mm.
I often have to deal with
Yeah.
feeling helpless, like I'm like, God, what can I do? What can I, what can we do? Type thing. But I have not, I'm telling you, in the midst of everything that's going on, I'm not in fear at all.
Yeah, me
I'm not
either.
in fear. But
Me
I'm
either.
going to tell you, and me and Chris was having this conversation. I said, I am just obeying God. I said, I am literally over here in my little corner, just doing what the Lord telling me to do. Little things that He's telling me to do. I'm not trying to push my agenda on anybody. I'm not trying to make nobody believe what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say, listen, let me tell you. I ain't even sharing it unless
Yeah.
God tell me to share it. I am just in my little corner
Mm-hmm.
preparing my household and preparing TPC. And I've been doing that quietly. People don't even know it, behind the scenes, just preparing, because I had said 2 years ago that God would make us a hub,
Mm-hmm.
that we would be
Yeah.
a place of safety. I said that 2, 3 years ago. Okay. And then, so, for strategy, and I know this ain't a church session, but so I'm just in a place where I'm just like, you know what? I'm not trying to push what I believe or think on anybody. I'm going to do what I'm being led to do. Now, if somebody asks me, then I'll but one thing we got to stop doing is, as believers who are believers, stop thinking every preparation is fear.
Ah.
Because I see a lot of that. Even this, I went out and brought out a tissue. Well, let me tell y'all something. And I'm gonna tell you something. I posted this on Facebook. we don't understand drills. And I talked about when we was in school and we used to have fire drills, tornado drills, so that when the weather really did get bad, we would know what to do. I believe with every part of me, this little blackout that at the airport messed up for a month, I believe it was a drill. I believe these ports, whatever was happening with that, I believe it's a sneak peek to where we're going. I really do believe that. And that's not gloom or doom. That's not be afraid. I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. I just think it's to be wise. And I was just like, I'm not even sharing what I'm doing unless somebody asks me. Now, there have been people who have texted me and asked me, and I've given them instructions. I've done this, do this. There's several people that have texted me, hey, what do I need to do about do this? B. I haven't said a mumbling word. If God released me to say it, I say it. But I have just been doing my little own thing over here, my own little corner, obeying what God has told me and showed me. So, that's why I am with it. But people think, oh, if y'all buying up tissue. I'm like, okay, hey, do you? I promise you this ain't about no port. You ain't gotta listen to me. I'm telling you, very few words that come out of this little mouth fall to the ground. I'm telling you, hear me. But hey, do you, Saint,
Do you?
do you. But for those who ask me, hey, what I need to, I had somebody I ain't talked to in years text me and say, you said this. I'm like, how you know I said that? I ain't know you listen to me. Okay, I'm for real. And I responded and I said, I sure did. I said that a couple of years ago. But God's giving me little instructions and I'm just following those instructions. I'm not trying to push them on anybody. I'm not trying to be the Lord, the world's prophet. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just doing
Jesus
what I'm doing.
co-host.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Oh
But
God, I'm so weak.
let's jump back to what we was talking about with how are you guys feeling about the election? Without giving away our show, how are you feeling about the election?
I'm excited about it.
Me too.
You
I
are?
am too. I'm still excited. Me too.
I can't
I'm
Why?
say.
Tell
excited.
me.
I'm excited because my kids that can vote are excited.
Oh,
And
are they?
I've never seen them like, Miss Brown, I need to get registered. I need to get registered. So I've never seen that level of excitement. So that excites me. You know what I'm saying? To see them excited, to see teenagers wanting to vote, and then just a Black woman, because I'll be the first to say, first of all, let me say this. I noticed that I don't have two chins. Like before, like I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, wow, normally like
But
this
you
would be out
seem
here.
like you're going down lower though as you're talking. I don't know if you need to sit up or you look like this. I need you to get your posture free.
I'll rise
So,
up and I'll rise up. Is that
there
right?
you go. There you go.
Okay.
You were looking
And
like
so
Queasy. I know Queasy was
Let me
sitting
tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you
I
something.
know
it
Jaquees
Let me
was
tell
sitting on
you
the
something.
feels like this.
Let me tell y'all something. That Lynn got a bazooka, baby. I'm trying to tell you.
boom.
Shots fired. When I tell you, she be
When
coming
I say
quick.
nobody safe,
She
Nobody.
quick with the zingers. She quick
Hey,
with
but I
the
take
Nobody.
zingers.
it. I take it when y'all dish it out. Oh, Toya says she's excited and hopeful.
Yeah, me
Derek
too.
Yeah.
said this at the very beginning. He said, this is the season to really trust God with your all. Now, you telling the truth about that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
That is so good.
But yeah,
That
I'm
is so good.
excited. I'm excited because, like I'm saying that, I was one of the main people that was like, the world ain't gonna vote. I just don't see America voting for a Black woman. I don't see it. I just didn't see it. But like the momentum that she has garnered, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I'm telling you, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I watch the news every morning. And Donald Trump, like, when he's talking, when this other candidate is talking, he
You
never speaks policy. Like, he's never like, okay, this is the issue. This is what I'm going to do. He's always like, because she wears blue pants and, blue pants, that's the sign of craziness. Like the stuff that he says is like, are y'all listening to what this man is saying? Like it has no rhyme.
No, they're not. They don't care.
They don't.
It's so
They
crazy.
don't care. They don't care. And I'm going to tell you what's the saddest part to me is people will vote to their own detriment. And that's the saddest part. People will vote to the own detriment of their own children's and grandchildren's future.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. Jackie said, him who shall not be mentioned.
Baltimore.
Right. I mean, and I know people like, oh, I hate him. I don't. I'm not gonna give anybody that kind of power over me.
Yeah, like I don't hate him. I just
know what I'm saying. It's not that. I guess I'm just kind of looking like, are y'all serious?
Right.
And I want you to understand, this is not Democratic or Republican to me because I voted Republican.
Me too.
Me too.
So you ain't talking to
me too.
I'm big on you're not gonna put me in a party because I'm black. I'm big on that.
Okay.
You're not gonna tell me to do something because that's what my grandma did. I'm big on that. I've always danced to the beat of my own drum. So I voted how I felt and was led. And so I voted Republican. So, it's not about that for me. You understand? It's about number one, I feel like he's too old. I feel like he's unqualified. And for where we're going in this nation, you need somebody who's smart. You need somebody who's very savvy on foreign policy.
Articulate.
It's going to be needed. Hear me. Hear me. You don't need a hothead.
That's it.
That's the part. That's the part that's so important. No, I do not agree with abortion, or whatever. But I also don't believe it's my right to tell somebody else what to do with their body.
Right.
Do I believe in it? No. Do I believe there needs to be some kind of law? I do. I do believe there needs to be some kind of law. I don't think it just needs to be free willy-nilly, like you out here just sleeping and that's your way to fix the mistake. No, I don't believe in that.
Let me say this about that topic. I feel that it's important that we consider some type of balance, because why are we always talking about what a woman should do with her body, and we not, because women don't carry seed. I don't care what nobody say. Men carry seed. And so that's what the issue is. Y'all the one getting the people pregnant.
But so I said that after so many children, they should be required to have a vasectomy.
But the point being,
you're having children out of wedlock that you're not taking care of.
Right. Do something about the men. Like, y'all the one carry the seed. You know what I mean? Like, y'all the problem.
If we're gonna do it, let's do it across both.
Right.
They don't feel like that at all, though.
It's unfair that you know.
And I don't mean y'all the problem in a sense, like there is a problem. That's how I'm saying that
there is no baby without their seed.
There is no baby without no
period.
Seed at the end of the day. So deal with that. Deal with that, manage that and regulate that,
I mean, you're right though, because even like I'll talk to my boys all the time, and I'm like, y'all like just running up in these girls, and they just like,
yes, they do.
Miss Brown, they let us. I'm like, so you following in the path of your father, and they have zero morals. Like they just it's crazy. Like, let me ask you this, Queese, how is it raising a boy?
It's hard. It's hard because you
especially
don't want
to handsome, good looking.
I was just gonna say a cute little boy.
Yeah, it's hard because you don't want to. First of all, you don't want to be an enabler, and you don't want to hold them back from, figuring things out. Because I've had several people tell me when it comes to him, when it comes to girls, you know what I'm saying? Because of kind of the culture we live in, just be glad he's talking about girls. And I am, but then I don't want him to be too overly indulged in it either. You know what I'm saying? So you got that part of it.
Yeah.
Then him being a black boy, you know what I'm saying? And him being fake. I hate to use the word favorite, but you know, it is.
I mean, it is what
you
it
know,
is.
It is, and they're him learning, because right now we're in this trying to find this balance between where he was gullible and everybody was his friend. He thought everybody was his friend.
Really?
And now he's in this one thing they can do is turn them off. They don't be his friend, you know, the next day. So I mean, but with what's going on in the world on a bigger scale, just sending him out in the world every day, you're praying, because you'll be surprised that the poison, not surprised because y'all know the poison that some of these people are putting into their children and what they're saying to our boys at these schools, at these games.
And some of these girls are reckless.
Some it now it seems like it's a majority. You know, RJ doesn't get a chance to say, "Mama, I like somebody, I want to talk to them." You know what I'm saying? They're at him and he's 12. So it's just a whole different world. It's a whole different way they do things. So it's trying to find that healthy balance for him out here, but then still empower him. You know, like every morning I'm like, you are amazing. You are great. Don't never let nobody, don't let nobody, because I don't want him to get caught up because the world wants to put him in a box and only have him be okay with being in sports. You're bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you're not amazing in the sports, but what else? You are an entrepreneur. You are blah, blah, blah. What else do you want? I want you to think outside of that box, because they'll be okay with him just being, even if you listen to some of the verbiage they use for people to young black boys that are in sports, you'll see their mindset when it comes to it. They want to keep them there for their benefit because they're making money behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So you want to empower your child that there is more to you than just bouncing a ball or throwing a ball. What else are you? When you know they're smart, but they will put them in a box and only want them to do that. So
can he have a girlfriend? Can he have a girlfriend?
How old is
on
he?
my end, it's not
came out. Look
on
at all
my
that air
end, it's not real.
How old is he?
RJ is 12, so he'll be 13 in November. So, I mean, he talks about it's not real to me, but his daddy, you know, Robert is like, he can say he got a girlfriend. They're not going nowhere. You know, they're not doing nothing. You know, they might meet up at a high school football game on Fridays, and that's about it. And he barely speak to her. You know what I'm saying? Speak to them or whoever he's talking to. So it's just not real. But what has amazed me is how the girls attach themselves to me in a way to try to
Be calling you mommy
manipulate
in a minute.
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard, but one thing I can say about him, when he's focused on school and focused on where he's supposed to be, he's not overly indulged in that. So I'm glad about that. But it is hard out here, like hearing what's being established in law and all that stuff, and you think about your black son.
Nikki said here is very hard, especially when they're different. And then she said, then the boys are so pressured to do what other boys are doing. One thing Toya said too, she said what's crazy is the insurance plans, some of them will cover Viagra, but not birth control.
That's crazy.
It is
crazy.
That says a lot. But it says a lot about
but
how
you
they
know,
feel.
I feel you on that, because I remember like 2020 when all that stuff, 2020, 21, 22, all that stuff was happening, like George Floyd, all that stuff would happen. I was like fearful almost. I felt fear trying to come on me about like Chris and AJ and them, you know, being out and, you know, and Clint. And I'm just like, you know, Clint gentle as a lamb, but he's 6'3" and he black and he tall. You understand what I'm saying? And he looked like he'll flip somebody, you know, and just, you know, his size, it could be intimidating, his height. And, you know, I just used to be so, and I've never been that type of person. Like if Chris goes somewhere, I ain't that mama that stay up. Baby, when I didn't talk to you, I'm going to sleep. If I hear you when you come in, I hear you. If I don't, The next morning, I'm confident in every part of me that you're gonna be upstairs.
Yeah.
That's just the type of mom I am. But when that climate changed, I saw myself and felt myself like getting anxiety, when
Yes.
they went out. And I don't want to go through that anymore.
Mhm.
And I feel like if that's what happens in this election, we're gonna be back to that oppressive feeling that I felt
Yeah.
during that time. And I just remember how oppressed I felt, how oppressed I felt for my boys and the
Yes.
conversations I was having to have about like, I just want you to come home and let home be your focus. And if somebody asks you with something in your car, just put your hand on the dashboard and don't move it and tell them, yeah, I got a gun, you get it. Like, don't you get nothing. You just
Nothing.
leave your hands on the dash. I don't care if they got the beat you out of them. Don't you touch a thing. And
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
sad that that was the conversation that we was having. Like our conversation shifted from stand up for your rights to just come home.
Just make it home. Yeah.
And it was a serious conversation.
Yeah.
I sat them down and I was like, just come home. But Chris, he missed the HU, he my rights, and hey, and it's sad. You had to be like, forget about your rights.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now that's a point, Lynn.
I'm
But
serious.
in
That's
this
the conversation
you know,
we had to have. Like I was like, forget about your rights.
Yep.
If it come down to that, I
in the
just want
convers
you to come home.
there were conversations with men, but the conversation need to be with the girls too,
Mhm. Mhm.
because the
Yeah.
Look at
way,
Sandra Bland.
yeah,
Mhm.
And we really
Yeah.
don't know what happened to her.
Still
still
don't.
don't,
Today.
Still don't.
And we never will.
still don't.
Today.
Still don't.
Today. Has anybody ever been stopped by the cops? Any of y'all ever been stopped by the cops?
What
Me,
you
but I
mean?
always get out
Yeah.
of it.
I have always gotten out. And the 2 or 3 times I have been stopped, I got out of it.
Really?
What you mean
Hmm.
stop like for a ticket?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, or anything, yeah.
Plenty of times.
Plenty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm real, yeah, yeah. I'm real no nonsense. Like, don't come to my window doing all that talking and you still gonna give me a ticket.
Yeah.
I,
Just
I
gonna
have
give
my
my stuff.
license
So I
and my
give my
stuff
ticket.
already out the window before you even get to me. Because let me tell you, either you're gonna give me one or you ain't. But what you ain't gonna do is lecture me and give me one. That's what you
Right.
ain't gonna do. You still gonna give me a ticket? Give me
Go
the
on
ticket.
and give it to me, baby. Go on
Because,
on.
yeah, like I don't want to hear the preamble to the Constitution, and you still finna write me a ticket. Now see how hype I got. Let me bring it down. I need some.
But y'all don't know the prayers I prayed, not just having a black son, but a black, husband. And Robert is very, everybody knows the calm part of him now. And I'm so grateful. But I knew
He
the
got a
things that
switch.
trigger him. Yeah. And I would just say, Lord, either let me be in the car or when he's alone, just, touch, because I know him. And once he go there, there's no pulling him back. So it was just so many times I was just like, hey, don't even talk. Don't even deal with that. But then I became a problem because I started going to the games and wanted to fight because of my
That
black
thing
boy.
jumped on you.
And he like, hey, when you do that, that put me in a position where I got to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't letting nobody run over me because I've been ran over forever. So now I'm gonna tell
Now I got it.
everybody.
Now I got it.
You,
Now I got it. Oh, look at my black jobs too.
oh, that's
Oh,
cute.
cute. Okay,
That
trailblazing
fits the
careers.
whole.
Trailblazing careers.
Oh, I want to let it up so bad. Get back down. You get yourself down. I said get down. You stay holy. You stay focused. Don't you rise up.
She tried it,
Oh
did
my
she,
god.
man?
Ooh, and I tell you my hand like this. Adrian said, yes, I cried my way out of them. Very few tickets in my life, but I'd have got plenty of time. That's
Oh,
what scares me too,
I ain't gonna
Queen.
tell what I do because
Belle
I may
has
be a
a
police
hot
officer
temper
and this
when
may
it
be
comes to
seen
the
by police
police.
officers and then I get stopped and then my secret be given away. I ain't telling what I be doing. But I be getting out my
Now,
tickets.
there's a couple of times I done been like, I'm on my way to church. I'm trying to get this. then you know I done got out of it. But
And
I
it's
be so
Thursday.
irritated, I guess, because they be walking. First of all, they stop you, then they sit behind you for 10 minutes before they get
And
out and come
everybody
in
be
your
looking
car.
at you
I don't
while
care
they're
about nobody
staring.
looking at me. I'm just like, dude, you done ran my license. Don't come over. Where you going? Look, you write me a ticket. Let's get going. I got somewhere to go. You write me a ticket. I ain't got time to do all that talking. Write my ticket. And let me go now. Let me go. Now, that's where I be irritated at. Don't come over here with all that talking. And you still gonna bring me a ticket. Now I'm gonna
I
shoot
be
that with
hollering.
you forever if it's gonna get me out of getting a ticket. But what you not finna do is subject me to a 20-minute chat and still hand me a ticket.
But we need some. We need some. Speaking of police officers, like we need Birmingham in trouble. Like we need some more police officers like this.
We can say they about, I think, about 100 or so short shy.
Well, they just
Yeah.
released this
And
new
that's
thing that
now.
he
That's having to
released.
do with the people who gonna retire in November and
Oh
December.
yeah.
They just
Yeah.
released this big pay increase, this big
Yeah, I
signing
saw that
bonus.
incentive.
So I
Signing.
mean, they
So
should
go
get some new people. I
go.
think like 60 some people showed up for the is it
Mm-hmm.
agility test?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm.
think they
Really?
said that's one of the largest numbers they've ever seen. Derek said 124 short. I'm finna stay in the house, Derek. They are minutes short, baby.
Right.
You
Yeah,
about to
I'm
be
finna go
they
down there
they
and give
finna
me
pull up.
some
I'm
I
finna
agility
know
tests.
they
stay
finna.
at the house.
I
They may
rebuke the
just be the
purge.
day I'm out.
But
I
do y'all
rebuke it.
think really people will agree to be a police officer in this climate? As
Yeah.
many as we need? You think so?
And
And I'm gonna
do.
tell you something else that they want to do. Like if you become like, there's a program that they're trying to get off the ground where if you are a officer, that you take the cruiser home with you.
Yeah,
What?
that's
And
another
so
thing.
And it be
yeah,
in your
so that like
neighborhood.
it'll be in the neighborhood, and that hopefully that will reduce crime. But hell, that'll make your house a target.
I
To
don't
me,
know.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you understand what I'm saying? But
Some of my neighbors are have their cruisers with them. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
think this
you
is
mind
something
that
I
that
hear
shit.
all the
and it
time.
already and for me it makes me feel
It
feel
better
make me
safe.
slow
about
down.
having.
Sometimes I
No, it don't
forget.
make me feel bad because they don't even speak.
It make me slow down sometimes because I forget I've seen that same car there every day. It make that's
I don't feel safe coming to you for nothing. You don't even speak.
Baby, I don't need you to speak. I just need to know you can pull it out.
Mr.
Oh,
Police.
Can you
I
pull it
need you
out,
to
babe?
know you
Can you
can
pull
cover
it out?
me when I pull out.
Oh,
Woo! Speaking of that, I need to go back to the gun
This
range.
gonna
I
be
need
some pull it
to.
out over here.
I bees will pull it out of.
What? Don't even much play, baby. Come over here looking for no
I
scripture.
do want to. I do want to go to the gun range, though. I want to learn how to shoot.
Chris
I
is
want to
your
learn.
person.
I need.
Yeah,
My
I
son
need to
is
get
your
with my
person.
cousin.
And
Yeah.
I also like. I also need to find Jackson a daddy. So
Y'all, let me tell you, I shot my shot. I mean, I
how
know
did it go?
How did it
I'm on
switch
the,
to that?
because she said I need to find Jackson the daddy. But
Your
yeah,
Jackson need a
I'm.
daddy.
Where Mount College at the homecoming?
Y'all want to know how it went?
At
I'm on
Yes,
live
homecoming?
with y'all
I
tonight.
want to know
Right.
how.
You heard what she said, Judah.
What she
How it
say?
went?
I'm on live with y'all tonight.
Well, I hung up
Unsuccess-
my phone. I hung up my
Wait,
phone call to get on live with y'all, but I shall
Wait,
continue.
wait,
what?
wait. What does that mean?
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Sort of.
Sort of,
Sort of.
kinda.
So Pauletta, it was unsuccessful.
I'm just kidding with you.
what? I'm gonna say this. Like
Jasmine said, "Tell us, Paula."
we were, we were talking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like you can feel like, okay, it's some chemistry here. And so like I shot my shot.
So your shot missed the basket.
When I no, it
Don't
doesn't.
laugh. Don't laugh, Lynn.
I'm trying to see
Tell the
how.
story, Pauletta.
So okay, so we were talking, and it was. I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, and like we were sitting next to each other. So I had on some shorts, and so he had on some shorts, and so like Like
The
our
leg
legs were
touching.
touching. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that
Now,
was
Pauletta, you making some out of that. Man.
that was the first time a
She
man
reaching.
had touched me in years.
Pauletta, stop. Listen, go on to the next part of the story, because what we not finna do is hear about y'all
Pauletta, you
legs
reach.
touching after your jam stopped by your knees. That was we
You
not finna
make
do
the
that.
hairs
No.
on my legs stand up.
Boom.
Go ahead, tell the story, Pauletta. Pauletta.
Well, let us skip past that part now, because you embarrassing me.
So, you know, I was just like, okay, you know, so we talking. And so like I shot my shot. So I put my number in the phone. I put my number in his phone.
How did you get the phone?
I said, give me your phone, because he's going to do
You
something.
put your number in his phone?
I told you
You
that.
was out here cutting up. No, that ain't the
Yeah,
number
you know,
you
like I was
told me.
feeling all froggy. You know, I feel
That
like
ain't
I
how
could
you.
go ahead
That
and
ain't
get.
what you said to me. But I'm gonna let you be free tonight.
I told you. Okay, so anyway, and that was me shooting my shot, putting it in the phone. So
Okay.
I can't do it, y'all. I can't do that.
He was gonna be wearing some sort of outfit. So I was just like, I tell you what, when you wear that outfit, like, send me a picture. So that was my way of I was like, so let me get your number, put my number in your phone. So I was like, okay, go me. Shop. You know what I'm saying? Alley-oop. And so we still talking.
Lame.
And then
Took the words right out of my
What
mouth.
you say, Judah?
So lame.
but okay, but hey.
Tell the story. I'm listening. I'm following you.
So,
Go ahead.
you know, he started talking, and the more he started talking, the more he started revealing stuff, and I was like, ooh.
What he started revealing, Pauletta.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you that.
So you were turned off. You were turned off?
Oh God.
I
Nikki
was
said,
really
wait.
turned on.
Nikki said, wait, you rub knees, put your number in his phone. Y'all married now. Jeray said that was not a
Nikki,
shot.
we common law. When I say we common law right now. And so so yeah, what he was saying, I was just,
we stop talking to each other.
yeah, I knew what he was saying, although, you know, I was excited. I knew where I am and where I'm going, that would be like a hard mix. That wouldn't be a good mix, you know. Okay. And I was just like, we had the chemistry. He was funny. You know what I'm saying? Good job, secondary income. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was like check. But it was this.
That was the same thing that happened to me. What I told you, what happened to me. All the checks, but it was just one thing he said, and I was like, yeah, let me bow out, because I know me.
Right.
Well, I'm back on the
I try to stir up and cook something and flip it over.
And I was just like, well, God,
and flip it
come
the other
on.
way.
Come on. Because I was like, God, you said in your word, the unsaved wife can save the husband.
You're not a wife.
But I'm not a wife. All right. So I was like,
tell you,
say anywhere in there about the unsaved.
But he didn't say he was unsaved.
I'm on the bench. I'm back on the bench too, so I got to fix it.
You are lying.
I'm on the bench. I'm back on the bench.
How you dropped the whole roster?
I said, take me out.
You had a roster.
I told the coach, I said, take me out the game. I'm injured.
Flag on the play.
I got an injury.
Man, listen, I ain't even play with it, because I didn't play. Let me tell you what I'm learning. I don't play with it because I'm looking at the way you look, and I like the way you look. So I know my weaknesses. So I can't. But you know what? I can't play with that. I like the way you look. You talking. You got your stuff together. You ain't broke. Your children grown. Don't none of them live with you. Check. So I was like, yeah, let me go, because in a minute I'm finna what?
Be horizontal.
Y'all stronger than me. But I'll say this though. I ain't even finna play with it. But anyway.
I ain't finna play with it.
But what I'll say is, what resonated with me is that I had to be honest with myself about what I was seeing. I saw red flags about stuff
Mm-hmm.
that I know I'm not gonna want to deal with in the long run. And it ain't
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with physical attraction
That's
or
so
anything like that.
good.
It had everything to do with how you prioritize me, for one,
Mm-hmm.
and two, I need to matter to you. I don't care. Now, I don't care if we just start talking, you know what I'm saying? Or we just trying to figure things out. I need you to be mindful of me.
I need to be a priority.
Very
I need you to be mindful.
mindful.
I need you.
And I'm not a needy
Don't
person.
start, Pauletta.
I'm not a needy
He's finna
person.
say it.
I don't have to talk to you all the
Me
time.
either. Me
I'm not that type
either.
of person, but I'm gonna be a priority because
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same. It's gonna
Yeah.
be an exchange, but I'm gonna be a priority. Don't give me you too busy. You've been doing, hey,
Right.
I know right then I'm not your girl.
And don't treat me like I'm some
And it's
type of.
okay.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna
It's
say it.
okay. I'm not
I'm gonna
I'm
say
not the
something
one
just real vulgar, but I'm gonna say.
because I know for
There
a
you go.
fact you are not too busy for the one.
Right.
Right.
And you
Right.
and I know for a fact that there is nothing that you want to do that you will not make time
Time
for.
for. Right.
There is nothing that you actually want to do that you won't make time for. You're gonna make time for it.
So I
You're
want
gonna
to be a
find a
priority.
way.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
find a
do is I'm
way.
gonna take myself out of the lineup
And I'm gonna take myself out. And
and
what
you
I'm
go
gonna do,
different.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna match your energy.
Oh, definitely that.
I'm not a priority to you. You're not a priority to me. And so you go ahead and fall off, because that's what's about to happen next.
Oh, it's gonna be like
So let
who?
me ask you this: have you been tempted to call him?
No,
Not at all.
You said that too quick. No.
no, I
Well,
haven't
hell, I've
been,
been
because
tempted, but
now
I
now
haven't.
I'll say this. I do miss, because the chemistry was there. You know what I'm saying? And we laughed a lot. We have so I miss that. But what I won't do is yield to that alone, and not
Yeah.
acknowledge and not deal with the fact that this ain't all I want. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I want more.
And we're at a place in our lives where we can't build futures on chemistry.
Right. We
We can't.
can't.
I mean,
Not
we
in this.
got chemistry what?
And then what?
What
Like
else?
chemistry helps me be
We can't,
attracted to you, but it's
yeah,
not a
but
foundation.
chemistry ain't
It's
ain't
not
a,
a
ain't a
foundation.
foundational
No,
thing.
Right.
not at
It's
all. Not at
It's
no,
all.
not.
no. I'm
No, it's my
good.
desire because I don't want to be bored. And you
Right.
want somebody that you vibe with and all of
Exactly.
that kind of stuff. But I can't build from chemistry,
Right.
Right. And it's
alone.
sad because he
Yeah.
has some real big hands. So, to hold me. But another one bites the dust. And I just really, was like, okay. I did. Because, you just be like, God, when? And then he throws something and be like, psych. You know what I'm saying? And now, like, I'm back on the mornings bench. You understand what I'm saying?
But the thing about it is that it's not. I don't think it's. I really feel like when it comes to getting to know somebody and building, really figuring out what it is that you want. I think the grace that we have to let it go is where God comes in.
Oh
I
yeah.
think he allows us to kind of feel our way, and we know who
Mhm.
we are in him. You know what I'm saying? We know what we stand for. We know who we are and what we're going to accept and what we don't accept. But I think the grace that he gives us to when we do see the red flags and the things that are going to be eventually to our detriment, that the grace that he gives us to actually walk away. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
To walk away from it, because it can be fantastic on one regard, right? In one,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It can
No,
be
I mean, for real.
amazing.
Mhm.
It can be amazing on one side, but then it's like, wait a minute. If this right here, if so I see this now. If
Yeah.
this don't change, how is this going to impact my life? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Because I,
As
I have to look.
amazing as this component right here
Right.
is,
I gotta
Exactly.
look
I
at
As
this
can't
amazing
deal
as
with
it
that.
elephant.
is.
I
This six
can't
hundred
deal
pound
with that.
elephant. Right.
Yeah. I
Right.
And
can't
it's
That's
deal
not
my
with
about
that.
sister.
perfection.
You
And
make
and
me
me,
laugh. Okay,
you
you
know, and
fine.
any
Okay.
right. in
You a
any man.
believer, okay, but I can't build with that alone.
Exactly. I heard a girl on social media. I be scrolling and a lot of relationship stuff come up in my feed. And this one girl was saying, like, I have to disconnect from what I love because he got what I love over there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
saw that.
You saw that?
Yes.
You
Oh
saw
my
that? She
God,
was
that was
like, he
so
got what I
real.
love over there. He got what I
Yes.
love over there. And she was real about it. But what I love will kill me. You know what I'm saying? That'll kill me. I,
Now that's a whole word right there.
He kept
right.
on
That
But
is.
saying, but when I tell you he got what I love,
she said, and he still got it. And I still love it. She was like, but
that's not
no,
where I'm going in my
that's
that's
not what I'm
you.
going. Exactly.
And
And
you
that, and
get to
exactly like,
space in your life. Go ahead.
and I know that what it was would probably lure me in, and I was just like, I can't, I can't,
You
and
can't
like, and
afford
I
it.
think the perfect words you said was grace, and I was just like, God, like, don't even let him text me back, because there was a part of me that was like, well, maybe he will, and I was just like, Pauletta, like, let it go,
Please. Well,
But
let me
please.
tell you something. To me now, that's one of my telltale signs when I know that somebody's not for me. When I
Mhm.
start doing a bunch of compromising inside
Yep.
myself.
Yes.
When
Yes.
I got to start fitting you in,
Hmm.
and when I got to start making you fit, and I'm making it, no. And then I have to understand what comes with me, what comes with my life, where I am in my life right now. And it's not something to play with. And I'm not desperate. Like
Right.
I'm good
Right.
and I will not compromise.
Right.
yeah,
I won't compromise. Period. And people, you're gonna be by yourself. Guess what? Let me sit all the way up. I'm not afraid to be by myself. How about that? Boom.
Right.
How about that right there? I'm not
but
afraid to be by
but
myself.
see, this is
Right.
good stuff.
I'm
I
not.
like. I
And
love
that's
that
just
you
the
all.
gospel truth. People say that like it's something that you ought to be. I'm not going to be the bitter woman all by herself. No,
Yeah.
With
I'm
What we
cats.
still
gonna
going
say?
to be
What
living my
question?
life
Yeah.
and to the full. So
Yeah,
that doesn't make me afraid, first of
Right.
all.
Queese, what were you about to say?
You know,
I was just saying that I love that you all are sharing this because some people don't have that sensor to know
Right.
when I shouldn't go down that road, and a lot of people are in situations that they don't know how to get out of, that they got in because they didn't know themselves well enough to be able to sit up,
Right.
like Lynn just said, and say, I'm okay. Some
I
people don't
am.
even know the steps to make that happen because they've been so dependent on that
Right.
for so long. They don't know what life is to be able to say that what I got going for myself is so special that I won't compromise that. So they need to hear from women like you are to be able to make that decision and say, you know what, I can require more. I can, because you don't hear this often. You
Right.
don't. You
What?
just hear women just saying, hey, it's better to have something than nothing.
Did nothing. Let me tell you, one of my frat brothers today asked me, he's like, man, Pauletta, like, you don't want to be married. And I was like, I do. He said, you really see yourself being with somebody for the rest of your life? And I was just like, today I can say I don't know. And the reason why is because nobody is in my life currently that I can see myself spending the rest of my life with. I said, but now maybe if somebody came and interrupted my pattern, then I could be like, okay, like I can consider it. But right now, like I love my life. I mean, do I want to mate? Of course. But like I love there's a level of freedom that I have that I know that I probably wouldn't be as free if I was booed up. I mean,
And
that's
let
just
me
me.
say, and let me say this too. Even me being able to say, like you saying, "Oh, you're gonna be by yourself," doesn't make me afraid. Understand, I have not always been there.
Mhm.
Okay, I have not always been there. I'm there because I know what compromising gets you.
That's good.
Because I've experienced it. Because
Right.
I've compromised multiple times in relationships. And I know what compromising serves you. I know how compromising can cause you to almost lose your mind. I know how compromising can have you living so unhappy and so below what you deserve and what you're worth. And so I'm there because I understand the value of valuing me. And
Mhm.
I have not always been there to this degree. even though
Yeah.
people quote unquote think I'm mean, especially dating. She mean. No, I just, God has graced me with the ability to walk away.
That's
And
beautiful.
he has. I can do it. I can do it, and I've been able to do it. Like, and that don't mean I don't hurt. Understand? I'm walking away bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm walking away sometimes struggling not to call. I'm walking
Mhm.
away,
Mhm.
in my feelings. I'm walking
Mhm.
away hurt. But I'm telling you, God, I've always had the ability, especially in dating. Now, marriage is a different thing, to walk away. I
See, and
have.
I've never had that. I've never
I
had
have.
like,
And I've had that, and I don't even know where I get it from, but I'm just being honest with you. So I've always had this innate feeling of let me go on and hurt instead
Mm.
of just dragging it out
mhm,
and making my healing process longer. Let me
mhm.
just go on cold turkey, cut it, and go on hurt. Let me just go
See,
on hurt. Let me hurt hard for a good old week, and then I'm
yeah.
gonna be all right after that.
See,
But I've been able to do that, but that doesn't mean I don't hurt. That doesn't mean I don't
Right.
have feelings.
Yeah.
right,
That doesn't mean I don't struggle with not calling. That doesn't mean that. It just means that I've chosen me.
right.
Yeah.
And see, like
I've
I never had
chosen
that.
me.
I've never, and I think, and that I didn't have that because it was tied to my self esteem. So and to being adopted and feeling abandoned. So in the past, I always stayed beyond the expiration date, and so it would have to be a ripping apart. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Or
I've been in situations like
you know
that
what I'm
too.
saying?
Now,
But
Pauletta,
now, and
but
let me
I've
say
been
this
past
now,
my time now.
but now, like
The growth,
my self esteem still isn't where it needs to be. I mean, I'm just
but
gonna
you're
be honest.
better.
Like it just it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not walking around with a bed. Now there are days when I'll have a whole drum line behind me, but that's few and far between. So when I get in a situation where I shoot my shot, I shot it for naught.
Technically,
But
technically
I
that
wouldn't say
wasn't a
it was
shot.
for naught because you could make some out of it if you want to, but you're mature enough to know that
Right,
that's not for your future.
right,
And and
right,
You
and and
understand what I'm saying? And guess what? That's okay.
right.
Yeah.
Now, will I shoot my shot again? I don't know. Because it took a lot for me to even do it. I mean, I was shooting. I mean, pew, 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 pew.
let's
You
go
know,
practice. Let's go to the Hansel Brewing practice. We're gonna go to the Hansel Brewing practice.
I don't know if I want to pick somebody up at the brew.
Well, you don't know who in there. God
She
can we
said
can
My,
just
be
my
reading.
daddy,
she
my
said pick them
daddy,
up.
Yep,
my
yep,
daddy.
your
Tell him,
daddy.
tell him,
You can
hey.
be up in
Tell him
there.
I say, tell him if I say, hey, tell
Ah,
him I see him, son.
I'm so weak. Somebody asked. Adrian says something. I'm trying to see. She asked, "Is what is considered walking away? Like
She said,
is
what you
self
call
love?"
this self-love. Let me say this. Now, every time I've walked, it hasn't necessarily been the right thing to do. There was some time, just I like to be honest, because I ain't finna be acting like no.
Right.
There been some
You
times
running.
I should
Some
have
Thomason
dropped
was
my
running.
pride.
Mhm.
There have been some times let me say, a time or two maybe, and it ain't been no times. Let me take that off. That I should have dropped my pride and probably reached out. And I'm gonna say that because the person was worth reaching out for.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm saying that because this is somebody or somebody's who had shown me that without a shadow of a doubt that they were consistent. They showed up 100% in every
Mhm.
way. Just something didn't work out. And so there are times when I probably should have dropped my pride and reached out because men sometimes needs to know that they're wanted too.
Yep, they do.
They
They
need to
do.
know that they're wanted too. And because in my crazy head, to me, that's shooting a shot, I'm not gonna do it. Even though it's somebody I've been talking to, still in my head, I'm like, that's shooting a shot. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And so, but that's pride. I'm just being honest with you.
Mhm.
You know, that's just pride. There's been a
It's
couple.
about it. It's really about risk assessment. Really, it is. Like, what am
Hmm,
I? What am I willing? What? And when we say compromise, let's kind of clarify a little bit what we mean by compromising. compromising on your non-negotiables. Because there will be compromise in,
Yeah.
relationships, and you building and you trying to figure some stuff out. But that compromising on those things that are non-negotiables for you, that you actually need. And it's when those things are actually compromised, and where you start to deteriorate, emotionally. And
But
so, and
I was
you
gonna
know
say,
what I
because
mean?
hey, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
Because what I was gonna say is that I think sometimes in some cases you get married and what wasn't a deal breaker, the more I mature, the more I age, the more I'm exposed to, now it
Yeah,
becomes a deal breaker. And so
yeah.
now I'm in this marriage. I'm
Hmm.
10, 15, 20 years in this marriage dealing with non-negotiables. So
Well,
what
it was
happens
a
then?
non-negotiable from the beginning. Like, I know people hate when I say that, but I believe with every fiber of my being, we know.
But what if
We
we let's
do.
take this,
We
let's take
look
this as an
over,
example.
love causes us to look over, look past, compromise. It does.
What if
It does.
let's
And
take
then
this?
when you
Okay,
get
wait a minute.
married, it
What
gets
if
bigger.
we were both smoking weed in the beginning? We were
Well,
both
you
smoking
got to
weed.
give
I was a
grace.
chief.
That's what y'all both were doing, because
That
y'all were equally yoked.
right. But I grew out of it. I was like, I don't want to do that no more. But he's still chiefing. And it bothers me to you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There are some things that we might have
Oh
started
yeah.
off together.
Well, that
Yeah.
you said it
That's what
becomes
I'm
a
saying.
non,
And
Yeah,
now it's a non.
but
Now
it's
I'm like,
unfair for it to be able
I agree. It's
for it to
unfair.
become a non-negotiable, because you was doing it too.
right.
So
Yep.
how you gonna get in the middle and be hollering about this a non-negotiable? You can't
And
do that.
nothing becomes a non-negotiable.
Come on, that's good.
What do you
Nothing
mean?
becomes.
What do
I
you
agree
mean?
Nothing
with that, Tanya.
becomes.
I
What do
agree
you
with
mean?
that,
Expound.
because that's unfair.
Okay.
That's unfair for you to get in the middle of something and be like, this is non-negotiable. No,
Especially when it was something that you
non-negotiables
were
start
doing
out
too.
that way.
Yeah.
Non-negotiables.
Okay. That's
Now,
You
good.
can't
now,
get in the
now,
I
middle
now.
of
don't know. Like
something and
I
decide.
disagree. I disagree.
No.
Why you disagree? Because
I
I
disagree
get what you're
because,
saying.
like, what if in the beginning, like, we didn't have kids? You understand what I'm saying? And we was just kicking it. We were young, smoking and chiefing. But now, we got kids, and you smoking around the kids, and it's like, hey, like, I need you to. This is no good anymore. We were young, it was cool, but now we older. Like, this has to stop.
Yeah,
And I'm just using this as
I
an
get
example.
what you're saying, but let me tell you something. And a lot of women, I know I get ragged for this every time, because people want to say he changed. No, he didn't.
You the one.
No, he didn't change. He
You
was
did.
just like that.
Mhm.
What happened is there was a different version of you that chose that person. Okay? But
Okay.
he didn't change.
No, not at all.
He was
He's still doing
tired
what he
from
was
the
doing from the
beginning.
beginning.
He was half showing up from the beginning. He wasn't doing what we stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because I don't believe God allows us to enter into things with our eyes closed like that. We close our eyes. We turn our head.
And the reality is that things evolve. You know what I mean?
People evolve.
People
People
evolve. They
evolve. You
do.
know, but what I will say is this: once you evolve, or as you begin to evolve, you have to make a decision.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I see this. I'm going, Pauletta.
Mhm.
What I'm gonna do about it? Because if I ain't
Mhm.
gonna do nothing about it, I might well get somewhere and sit down.
And take a low seat.
Right.
Either I'm
I
a
might well get,
or get off the
because
pot.
if
That's what
I'm
mother
not,
used to say. Either you
ain't
or get
ain't
off
no
the
sense
pot.
in me, fussing, ain't no sense in me and being passive aggressive, and you know what I mean?
All of
You
that.
ain't gonna
Ain't no
do
sense
that.
in none
Withholding
of that,
stacks,
because the
all of
reality
that
is,
stuff.
what after I get done with all of this, what I'm gonna do about
What
it?
am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Listen,
Because
I've been married twice. I've been
if I
married
ain't finna
twice.
move nothing,
You hear me?
Mhm.
And in both marriages, The things we dealt with in the marriages were the things that I saw when we were dating. I'm just
Mm.
going to tell you the truth. Even the things that they had to deal with me, it was seen in dating. You know, I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
The
It's
things
just
that
the
yeah,
truth.
I
became
got
Yeah.
big
you.
issues were things that were present in our dating.
Yeah.
But
And
because we were
I'll say that one of the
in
mistakes.
love,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You think you can change people. Well,
Yep.
you know,
Like she said, he got what I love over there.
he does. You know, and it's that way. And you compromise one thing for the other. Now there's going to be compromise on both sides because none
Right,
of us are perfect.
There
Just like
right,
is.
you're gonna have to deal with something with somebody, they're gonna have to deal with something with you. But you get to choose what that something is that you
That's
willing to
it.
deal with.
It's
You
that
know what
80-20 rule. What were you gonna say, Queese? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that in ignorance because I was so young when I got married. One of the things that I said that I
That's
didn't
good.
know was I said that I never would change, And at that moment of my life, I didn't want anything but family. I wanted the opposite of what I had seen with my family, with ministry and stuff like that. I didn't want that. So out of ignorance, I said I wasn't gonna change. But not only have I changed, we have we've evolved, we changed, and I didn't know I meant what I said because when I like the integrity of who I was, just loving, I meant that, but I had no idea even the changes that I had no control over when it just came to be a woman, becoming more of a woman and stuff. Like I was so young, I was 23. I just thought I knew what I was talking about because I was in love. So
Mm.
you just don't know. That's why I admire people who are able to, now you know more about yourself and you're able to recreate and do stuff like that. But there have been some things that I've had to say within myself when I was in that moment. I didn't feel that way, so I've had to really pray my way through those moments and realize that it's been me too. You know what I'm saying? Because I promised to God, I didn't want anything that I had seen with my family because I was burnt out with it. So
Wow.
just now accepting and saying yes to God and all that stuff, I had to remember it was a moment I didn't want that. So,
We had a
those
lot of
things do
comments.
change.
Debbie said, we can't make one, this is good. We can't make one freedom equal two.
Mhm.
If you choose
Oh,
your freedom from something, that doesn't mean he chose freedom from it. That
Right.
is so good.
That
And it's
is
true.
good.
Kenya
Right. But what
asked, what if you were high school sweethearts? Anybody?
Same thing.
it's the
I
same,
think,
like
I think, but I think,
go
I
ahead.
think that's even more so because I think because you have history with this individual. You know what I mean? Y'all have grown up together,
You grow
and
together.
so I think at a young age, it's at being high school sweethearts,
It's cute.
it's cute, and you're pretty much learning each other. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And truth be told, you don't really know what you like.
You don't. You don't.
In high
You
school,
just
you
getting
don't
your
really know
tickle
what you
fancy, your
want.
fancy tickle.
You right, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know what you want.
You don't even know
But
what's your favorite color.
but when you do marry your high school sweetheart, there is a decision that have to be made. Either y'all gonna grow together, are we gonna grow together?
There you go.
But in any relationship,
It's still a decision.
the effort has to be there, and the
On
On
both
decision
both
sides,
has to
on
be
both,
parts.
On
right
both
on
on both
sides.
both
parts.
sides. The effort has to be there, and a decision, because the covenant is that we ain't gonna break up. You know what I'm saying? That's the covenant. We
Mhm.
ain't gonna break up, and everybody got to stick to the covenant. And if everybody stick to the covenant, it high school sweetheart, because it's harder to me when you grow up with somebody. To me, that's harder.
It is.
If they both growing together.
If they,
Yeah.
you know,
And it can be a
If they are
beautiful
both
thing
growing,
when you're
because the
growing
assumption,
together.
even in the covenant, the assumption, even in the covenant, is that we are working to keep this covenant.
we could working to keep it,
Mhm.
We working to keep this covenant.
and we
I'm
both
not
got to
just
work.
tilling,
We
and
both
you
got to
out here
work.
plowing and tilling the land,
We
and
both
you
got to work.
sipping tea. We both
Yeah.
got to work to keep the covenant.
Right.
That's
It
good.
takes
Grace
work.
said something really good. She said, I can honestly say that I became intoxicated with potential and the threats were buried. That's huge because you can, and you remember a long time ago, I was supposed to have been doing something with potential because I realized that that was a weakness of mine. I realized that, and see, that's the problem when you are a visionary by nature, or you are a planner, or you are a person that can see, and you are a person that somebody can bring something to, and you turn it into something else. If you are creative, a visionary, a planner, you that type of person, you have to be careful that you don't take on just potential.
Yeah.
Because you're a visionary, you could get so wrapped up in what you see somebody becoming that you realize that you're not marrying the becoming, you're marrying the reality. All of us have potential. Every individual on the face of the earth has potential. Potential ain't nothing but potential until you put some work to it. Then it becomes reality.
Yeah.
Everybody got some potent. Everybody.
Everybody ain't
Everybody
no
in the world
potent.
got some
Everybody,
potent.
look, everybody's potential is potent.
Everybody potential is potent.
Yeah.
And I know me
Really, for real.
because I'm a visionary and I'm a creative and all of that. I can see what people can become
Mm-hmm.
because that's part of my kingdom assignment. My kingdom assignment is to push people into what I see they can become.
Right.
But I have to make sure that I don't let that translate into my relationship.
And you know what?
Because when it
I
comes to
said that
relationship, I need to be with who you are,
right. And I
not
said the
with who
same
you
And
think.
thing.
not your
I said the
representative.
same thing. Right. And I said the same thing about for me. Like what I found out is that um because I am one that loves to help people get it, right?
Mhm.
If you got something going on, I'm look like Queasy say, I'm a vote for you.
You know.
I'm gonna support you. But what I realized about me is that if I see a situation where it's an individual where I that I'm trying to figure out what you need most from me. Do you need me to be? Do you need me to support you, or do you need? Or do you want to relate? Do you need us to be in relationship in romantically? Because I can't do both. Now I'm just.
Wait, you said being in a relationship romantically and what?
And do you want me to push you and support you and
Mhm.
push you?
And
I
so you
can't do
saying
both of
that
them
in a
together.
relationship you can't do both?
I can't do both. I can't be effective at both. Not pushing them. Now, what I can do is be supportive in
Mhm.
a relationship,
Mhm.
but I can't drive.
I can't build from the ground and
Oh,
relationship.
okay,
I
okay, okay.
can't do
Yeah. Oh,
that.
okay.
I
Yes,
can't do
Oh,
yes,
that.
yes, yeah.
okay.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see
First
what
of
you're
all,
saying.
I'm past my building from the ground season. That's number one. That's number one.
When I say I'm a master plumber, I
I
ain't gonna do
probably
no
got
trenches.
there's a strong possibility that I got more years behind me than I got in front of me. There's a strong possibility. And so with that thought in mind, like I can't do what I did in my 20s. I can't do what I did in my 30s. I don't
Right.
even have the wherewithal. I don't have the momentum. I
Or
don't
the
have the
emotional
drive.
energy. Or
I
the
don't
emotional
Right.
energy.
to build from ground zero.
Come on, come
You've
on,
got
come.
to bring something.
Mm-mm,
You've
mm-mm,
got to bring something,
Yeah.
as
something.
well as me, as well, bringing something like,
There you
Yeah.
go. On
because I
both
mean,
ends.
now I'm in the age of latter 40s, child, I had said I wouldn't date nobody younger, but you meet a bunch of old fools, you change your mind. And so I'm just like,
I'm gonna take
you
I
some
know,
said
blue
I'll
pills.
go
I
you
need
10
meet a
somebody
bunch
years
of
young.
old
younger
fools,
and
you be
I go
like,
10
I
years
don't know,
older.
maybe I
That's
need
my
to
yeah. That can't
go
go
a
no
little bit
further.
lower. I've been pushing the lower people away, child. Maybe I need to embrace them. But anyway,
10 years older, we ain't gonna be doing nothing but patting.
just don't say nothing else tonight.
You
She just ran. She done ran out.
Right, runs out. But
I'm big
anyway,
booty.
I'm just saying though, but 40s, 50 years old, latter 60s, like, nobody has time to be coaching you. You know what I'm saying? Through every phase of your life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
You're right.
exhausting.
You're
And
right.
I don't have time to be, oh, I was gonna call. You ain't gotta call me.
Don't worry about
Or I was keep
it.
it.
Don't worry about
Don't even say it because I've been loved properly.
All right.
And
I've
that's a
been
beautiful thing.
I've been chased properly. I've been courted properly. So what you can never convince me of is your mediocre attempts
Not mediocre.
equals you want me. So please, now you talking about something that aggravate me is that I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid, I'm not slow.
And I'm not hard
I
up.
know what it feels like to be wanted.
Yeah.
I've been wanted before.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and that's a
Okay.
beautiful
I
thing.
know what it feels like when a man is very clear
On what
about
he
what he
wants.
wants.
Mm-hmm.
When he's clear about what he wants, his actions meet what comes out of his mouth.
Say that.
So you cannot convince me with your you don't have time and I'm too big. Yeah, I'm just not that girl. I don't do it for you. And I'm okay with that. You go on now.
Right.
Go
And
on.
make sure you go on.
Go on.
Why not now?
Because I know without a shadow of a doubt that when somebody wants you, they're gonna come get you.
They gonna come.
Period.
And
It
like
ain't
Juna
no
said,
else,
make you priority.
but they gonna make you a priority.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
like I said, it ain't a running up, it ain't that. But when
It ain't.
somebody
It
really
really
wants you,
isn't.
when somebody really believes
It's
that
about
you're the
quality.
one or you're the person,
It's about quality.
they're
It's
gonna make
about
you a priority.
it's about it,
Mhm.
right. It's about the quality of the effort.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you, I was
Don't
going
don't handle me like you just trying to check off a box. Hey,
right. Or like
well,
I'm in
I
a
almost said
rotation.
something.
I fully understand when I'm in a rotation.
Right.
And don't you think you're gonna talk to me in the morning and then I don't hear you no more. No, I need to talk, I need to be to talk to you at every point of the day at some point
Hey, nigga.
within this courtship. Late at night, because what you doing? Lunchtime, because what you doing? Breakfast time, what you doing? Don't
Twilight.
call me in the day, because then when you just call me in the day, you get me out the way. Please don't play with me.
Right.
Please. Don't
Right.
play with me. You ain't
You're
doing
right
that.
though. You're right though.
I'm just being honest. Men, they do the same thing.
You
And
know.
that's another thing that's so frustrating. They all of them play the same games. They do the same thing. They do the same stuff. You know, I can tell if I get a text from somebody I ain't heard from, I can go on Facebook and I see they done been on a picture that I posted. That's the only reason why you texted me, because you saw a picture. Men
And I'm gonna
do
say
the
this, and I'm gonna
same
say this too.
stuff. You know what I'm
Having
saying? And
and
some of
having
them
and
just
having and having discernment,
mm-mm.
he ain't got to say that. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I know immediately. Soon as he
I already
takes,
know what
I already know
I
he
already
wants
know
to
what it
saw
is.
my picture. Baby, you ain't thinking about me. And then
I
a
already
lot
know
of
what it is.
people will send you, they will just message you, call you, reach out, because they just want to know if they still got access to you.
And to be relevant.
Okay? And they gonna just keep their little hand on you just in case. So you know,
Give
you
me your
just
hand,
can't
baby.
let these folks play with you. And that don't mean, we all done been played. We all done been let somebody play us small. We all done gave what we shouldn't have gave, done what we shouldn't have done,
Yeah,
showed up
for
when we shouldn't have
sure.
showed up, stayed
And,
past the time. We all have lowered our value to
yeah,
fit
we have.
people in
We
our
have.
lives. We all have done that. But at
Oh,
what point do you change that narrative and you say, I'm not doing that anymore?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I am. I'm
My,
there. And it doesn't mean that I think I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. I know my value.
Right. That's what it is.
I know my value, and I know whose ever life I'm a part of that I'm going to enhance it. That's not arrogant. That's just the gospel truth.
That's the truth.
I'm going to be a blessing.
That's beautiful.
Period. And as
oh,
well, whoever he or she feel like they're gonna be a blessing. I know I'm gonna be a blessing.
but
So I'm
Pauletta,
not gonna let you mishandle me.
I'm gonna tell you something. You know, when you was like, God win, God win, God win. I'm gonna say this. For what I had to realize, and I didn't realize this about myself. And I'm knocking on 50's door. And when I tell you, I'm talking about like just within the last couple of weeks or a month or so. I My sister gave me a revelation about me that I did not know. She said we were having a conversation, and I said, I'm not. I don't even think I'm very low maintenance. She was like, who you talking to? I said, I am Annie Jesse. She said, no, ma'am. She said,
Juna, you
you
thought you
are.
was low maintenance?
I did.
Hmm.
Even y'all, see, look.
You was living
Well,
in a
I
bubble,
know
baby.
I'm a piece of work. I don't think I'm high maintenance,
I
but
thought
I'm
I was
definitely not low
very,
maintenance.
I thought I was very low maintenance. Like I don't, I'm low key, I'm low maintenance. Just as like Juna, how you handle yourself, the
It's
the
not
the, the
low maintenance.
care, the care in which you handle yourself says
Oh, that's
Right.
so good.
you are high maintenance.
How I
So
take
so
care of me.
how you take that what she said? She said what you do for yourself is
Yep,
high maintenance. You
Right.
yep.
high maintenance. And but in my mind, I was thinking that
You
no, I was really thinking that, because I do
I
take
can't
care of
stand
myself,
Pauletta.
I was taking my care of myself, and I love taking care of myself. Not that I don't want no man to take care of me, not that I don't want that, but I ain't coming out the gate.
Well,
Right.
do you feel like you're not high maintenance or you just don't ask for much?
Is that
Yeah, that's a difference, right? Because you can be high maintenance and not ask for much in a relationship, right?
Yeah,
could
I'm
be
not.
high maintenance and not even it not be like material things. You could be high
Yeah.
maintenance on the emotional things that you need. You understand what I'm saying? Or the mental.
Right.
So high maintenance just doesn't necessarily mean materialistic things. It means a plethora of things that you require.
I got you.
You
Because
understand what
I
I'm saying?
like I was like, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Like,
Right. Like for me, I've been to Egypt. So if you say, hey, you want to go to Tennessee for the week?
yes.
Tennessee.
Well, no, I disagree with you there because I disagree with you
Now,
there.
Pauletta, you materialistic.
Yeah, I disagree. Well, I don't know. She ain't materialistic, but she just thinks we especially when it comes to travel. Pauletta has arrogance in certain areas of her life. Like she
I
has
can see that.
arrogance in certain areas.
I can
And
see that.
travel is one of them. Let me go on and tell you. Okay, let me go on and tell you with her little travel, baby. Yeah, she bougie. Okay, but she love to be talking about where she done been and I. You know, but I'm just saying, if y'all just you're in a relationship. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to Tennessee for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, for
just
the
I'm
weekend, yeah,
going.
but like
I
we not
mean,
finna
you're
be
not gonna
spending
be
a week
going
in
to
Pigeon
Egypt
Forge.
4 times a year. Like you can go somewhere just down the street for a nice ride and chat, dinner, stay
Yeah,
overnight.
but like that's not gonna be
Like that,
the trip.
yeah, I mean that's not
That's
vacation.
not the extent,
Yeah,
but
there's
that's
a
still,
difference between
yeah.
vacation and a
That's a
getaway.
getaway,
Yeah,
girl.
Come on,
Okay, if it's
Pauletta.
a getaway, yeah, but if you talking
yeah.
about let's go
A
on
getaway
vacation,
could be Atlanta. A getaway could be
Gaston, we can go to what's that nasty restaurant y'all like in
now, that ain't no
Gaston?
getaway because I
Get
get
out of here.
stuff
Get
here.
out.
Somebody,
Get out of here.
Top of the
out the
river.
river,
Yeah,
top of the river.
yeah, but it could. I mean, a getaway one thing, but vacation, yeah, like we ain't finna be 7 days vacation in no
At
Chattanooga.
Pigeon Forge. No,
Yeah, no,
Where you say
no.
you going, Pauletta?
At Great Smoky Lodge. No.
but it's a cabin,
But now some people may be okay with
like
that.
a romantic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's your
Oh,
taste.
It's my taste. Howsoever.
I know you ain't my person when I say something like, "Okay, where you been?" Blah blah blah. Talk about different places, and then we talk. He's like, "How?" And then they ask, "How long was that flight?" I was like, "Oh, it's about 22 hours." Oh, no. I'd be like, "Yeah, I know that ain't my person." Like if you already clamming up over a 7 or 8 hour flight, I know you ain't my
Baby, we
person.
ain't finna go nowhere.
Like, baby, I'm trying to go to Bali and Fiji, and I would be. It's
And
gonna take
swing
me
on the
2 3
swing.
days to get where I'm going. So, I don't need you to be nervous, and I got to be popping pills for you and buying yourself some water and carry it on. So like you ain't my person, baby. You ain't my person.
Baby, you ain't my person, baby.
I ain't got time to be tending to you on the flight now. You know
Cause
what
I'm
I'm
be
saying?
what?
I don't have time for I already know, like it's certain people like, how long that flight? When they say that, when they
Don't worry
breathe,
about it, baby.
like, how long that? I already know you ain't my person.
Don't worry
You
about
ain't,
it, baby.
because I
wait,
know
wait,
my
wait.
places
What they
I
Don't worry
want to
about it.
say?
go
What they
is
say?
You can't be nervous about being in, and you can be nervous, but
Let's get what they
you can be
breathe.
But still be
nervous,
willing to
Hello,
go.
that
but
Still be
up
willing
for
to
the
go.
challenge. Let me say it like that.
And
Because
you still be
everybody's
willing
not
to go.
trained people. I get that.
Right.
But I
Howsoever.
don't need you to be like, I just stay here. No. You know, I'm not gonna be the whole flight. I got to see about you and
You
tend to.
okay? You okay?
No,
You
take you
okay?
some NyQuil and go to sleep, baby. Let's go to sleep now.
Watch your little movie, put your little earphones in, baby. Okay? Go to
Yeah,
sleep
you
now.
know. But I understand what you're saying because you're saying that based on exposure. So
Exposed, right. So I would
yeah,
want someone who is exposed, or if they're not exposed, be willing to be exposed.
To be
yeah,
exposed.
yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that.
I can deal with that. I
Yeah,
can
me
deal with
too.
that.
Me too.
But I ain't gonna be at the Great Smoky Mountain Lodge for a week.
Look
On
at her.
vacation.
Ooh, she like you peasants that be in Tennessee.
I love Tennessee, but I
This
don't
girl
want to
right
spend
here.
7 to 10 days down there.
Okay.
Maybe a weekend, but
Not
Oh
those
my
7
God.
days and 8 nights.
that's what
I'm going.
I'm gonna go to.
Say what you want. I'm
Yeah.
They
going.
gonna be happy about it though.
I'm going.
Bring me a keychain back, okay, baby?
I tell you,
Bring me a
bring me a
keychain back.
keychain back from the little plane,
I'm
the
going.
little train
Why?
ride up in the
Be right
mountain.
up and down.
Yeah,
In
I
that
mean,
cab.
Mamma
Sunday is
mia,
one
mamma
thing.
mia, mamma mia,
Vacation is
mamma mia,
another.
mamma mia,
What you gonna be saying, Juna?
mamma mia, mamma mia.
Sitting in front of the fireplace.
Mamma mia,
Right.
mamma mia.
With the bear like this.
Our cabins are nice though.
Yes.
Especially the cabins for like two, and they're romantic, and like you get the romantic package, and they got like the hot tub and all that type. No, none of that is okay. I tried. All
My
right.
letter said forget that.
So y'all, we have been on here way. I got on here with the intention to be on here for 30 minutes. We've been on here
Ain't no way.
an hour and 30 minutes.
We ain't have no chat on amongst us, did we?
I guess because we haven't done it in so long. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Look out for our new drop this Thursday. We'll be dropping our first episode of season 3 called Why Vote. So Connie said, enjoy your man, June.
Why?
Fellas, because I
Eating
wear out my husband.
Mamma mia,
My
mamma mia.
husband.
Marshmallows,
And
and we're gonna have
Pensacola.
us a good time. But yeah, so we enjoyed y'all. We know this conversation was very buffet, but very buffet
When I
type.
say buffet,
It started out with voting, it went to knowing who you are, to shooting my shot, to dating, to I ain't going to Tennessee,
Raising the son.
to his hands big, to it's just
I ain't high maintenance.
Juna thinks she low maintenance. It's just went everywhere. But hey, this is who we are. And we don't apologize. So we thank y'all so much. But this is what we need to do. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful that you was on here last night.
Beautiful.
My son texted me and said, Mom, you're literally screaming. That's what he texted me. I have to, especially when I get hype and crunk, I have to like just bring myself down. Phew. But anyway, we love that you all are on here with us, and we're probably gonna get back to going live here and there. We just been super busy and everything, but what we really need you guys to do is to make sure that you listen in to the episode, share it with somebody. Okay,
Yes.
we love y'all. Have a beautiful night.
good night, y'all. See y'all later.